So you're saying the DPP now is
Understaffed.
understaffed by about what, 50%?
But no,
Or more?
they need 2 to 3 times as many staff as they have now. So they understaffed by like 200%.
Damn.
It takes 10 years to finish a murder case in this country or more. To give you an idea of how bad it is. There's also allegedly a lack of lawyers in the criminal bar as part. So like there's one lawyer who has 200 or 100 murder cases who's always delaying everything.
So let's look at the route that a murder case will take. So why will it take 10 years? What exactly would happen? Let's say I murder somebody and I get held for it. And what's the whole process?
You really want? I didn't prepare to give you a lecture on criminal law, and I've never done a murder trial. I've never done a PI myself.
Yeah, well, we could look at any trial that you have experience in just to see why these things take so long to get handled.
I only do very petty criminal cases, but to give you an idea, charges are laid. You have a bail application. Then you will have, if it's indictable, you have we're supposed to be doing it with preliminary inquiries, but traditionally you do a preliminary inquiry, which is like it's a stage to see if the charges will stick, basically. I've never done one myself, but that's like 5 years.
How long do you say preliminary?
See, it takes 5 years to finish that, and then you reach you still in the magistrate's court at that stage. Then you now reach in high court after 5 years to start to prosecute. See, I only do very simple criminal cases. I've never done this. I'm probably butchering the explanation from a lawyer's point of view, but from the layman's point of view, it takes real damn long.
And that's just because of them being understaffed. So what exactly will the preliminary inquiry include? That would be like investigations and stuff?
Investigations to make sure that you don't have a frivolous case, because a lot of cases get thrown out at that stage. Because police will charge innocent people sometimes.
Yeah. So let's say if everything was running perfectly, how long would it normally take for a preliminary inquiry to be completed?
I really don't know, but I would say that in other countries they can finish their criminal trials in 2-3 years.
Okay.
You need to bring like Israel Khan to answer those questions. Yeah, as beyond my scope. But I would say for my what I've been advocating for, we need like triple the funding for the DPP. We need our forensic sciences centers. Takes months to get back anything, or years.
Sometimes, do you always get back like results for tests you inquire about, or other cases eventually?
One day. So there seems to be a lack of political. Whenever politicians go on the platform to talk about solving crime, they give you this red herring. We're going to bring back hanging. Legally, it's still legal to hang somebody, but you know why we can't hang anybody?
Okay.
There's a case called Pratt and Morgan that says you have to hang somebody essentially within a 5-year time frame. Which is why we can't hang anybody.
Right, because we don't have any cases that take less than 5 years.
Yeah, well, it's 5 years between the appeal and is a technical point, but it's a time limit. So, because we haven't met that time limit since Dole Shady days, we haven't hanged anybody.
So even if we were to bring back, even if there was a way to bring back hanging, would that do any good for the for curbing crime at all?
Well, of course, that's one of those hotly debated topics in human rights law and such. But the data shows that there generally is maybe like a 1% drop whenever there's a major execution, but it's not a statistically significant effect on crime.
So why would people want hanging to come back at all?
Because ignorant politicians want to play to the emotions of the masses. And keep in mind, these are the same people who have the criminal justice system in the mess that it is now. That it is in a mess, therefore you cannot get hanging, but they promise you hanging. It's a catch-22.
Yeah, and it's not even illegal. Well,
it is legal to do it if you do it
legal.
in 5 years. From 5 years from conviction to appeal or something. So all of those lawyers who might be judging me right now, just anybody else, just Google Pratt and Morgan and read the case.
Pratt and Morgan, what was that case about? That was the case where it, I guess, took longer than 5 years.
It's an appeal from I think Jamaica's Court of Appeal to the Privy Council that the line of reasoning is that it is inhumane and a form of torture to allow somebody to
be on death row
for more than 5 years, and it's bad for the psychology, all that wonderful human rights jargon.
Oh yeah, so it'll have to be like inhumane torture. Well, yeah, call that torture because why else would they care for somebody that they're going to hang anyway?
Well, yeah, they of course the Privy Council is a very liberal court, and even the CCJ is also in the discussions in law school, they come to the conclusion it's a non-hanging court. So, even though they're not going to tell the country to change the law, like a court cannot change your legislation for you per se, generally, unless it's horribly unconstitutional. But they will put those restrictions in place to bar hanging from being a willy-nilly,
All right, yeah, just
procedure.
basically make it as hard as possible.
A lot of bureaucracy. Judges love to give you bureaucracy.
So what would count as capital crimes?
Just murder and treason, as far as I know. Like only the most serious offenses.
That will only include first degree murder.
I don't think we have degrees of murder. There's oh gosh, again I've never done a murder trial in my life.
Oh right.
But I know from my international human rights courses, on international law you can only get the death penalty for the most serious crimes. So it will include murder and sedition and the big ones.